my best life. I told y'all, I said I'm living my best life. I made a couple L's with my best friends. Turned all my L's into lessons. You see the whip pulling up, it's like skirt. Dreams pulling up, it's like skirt.
Hey everybody, so it's Saturday morning, the 13th, and I'm leaving home. It's the wee hours of the morning and heading to Massachusetts, 20 minutes outside of New Hampshire, preparing for my trip to Nerd and, having a good little R&R with the hubby for Valentine's Day too. But the excitement of this trip is the trip to Nerd, so stay tuned. Good morning, Reptile family. So today is February 16th. I'm literally just waking up. You guys have probably never seen me like this. I haven't even washed my face yet. But I don't care. I am so excited because this is the day that the Lord has made. And I will rejoice and be glad in it because I am on my way and preparing to go visit, to me, the Michael Jackson of reptiles. And that is Mr. Kevin McCurley at Nerd. Yay! Today we'll finalize my Valentine's Day weekend with the hubby who's in Boston with me. And we're actually just about 15 minutes away from Nerd. We had a really good weekend, spent some time downtown, ate a lot of food, a lot of drinking, little good short trip away. We normally travel to the islands a lot, and this was the first getaway we did in over a year due to COVID. Those who know me, I'm very paranoid about the virus. So it was nice and calm down here, and definitely the measures that they're taking in Massachusetts is really, really safe. Even in the hotel, the hotel kept apologizing for things that normally would be in the room. And I'm like, I'm in property management, so I get it. You have to alter how we live. And the things that we used to be so free to give as an amenity or as an accommodation is now things that can actually make our staff sick. So I get it. But it's been a nice, we've been here, this will be the 4th day. So it's been a nice 4 days, and the best is yet to come. I'm so excited. Stay tuned, guys. All right. We are in the pet store section. Alligator, only $65. Cheaper than that. See if I can find her. This is a t-shirt I gotta get, so make sure I don't leave without getting my t-shirt. You heard me, babe? Oh yeah, I'm going to shop. Just make sure I get this one before I leave in a Nerd hat. And then the 2 quart box for the new repick. Go around the aquatic side. Oh, look at this turtle. Oh, it's a big snapping turtle. Look at his mouth open. Look at this one. His mouth wide open. of fish. Big bunch. Any kind of fish you possibly want is here.
I can see the expression on his face, and he's like, yeah. All right, this is. I love odd things like this.
Oh my God, this is so unreal.
So how long have you been keeping? Higher level in the reactiveness. Obviously, you've already discovered this.
Yes.
There's more going on in their brain, I think, than the typical snake or whatever. So that is so cool that you're into it that heavily.
Hi.
So she's the mom of the little babies you saw hatching in the other room.
Okay.
She's their mom. And then that's their dad right here. Boo-boo.
Hello.
They love it. They're both super fried. Pat them, touch them, they're good.
Is this one like the underneath of the
Yeah,
chin
they
too?
love that.
Okay.
Oh, does she want to be on the Nerd Instagram? Put you on the stories?
Yes!
Yeah. So you tag your Instagram?
Doing is by you touching, you're just like bringing it down, you know, and it's all like that, and it's good. And she'll be really inquisitive.
No, Kevin.
No, it's my employees that they'll forget to it's so easy to not.
Is it okay to sit down here with
You
her?
can do absolutely everything you want.
So this what, babe, if you ain't gonna help me, this is what I'm gonna end up doing, have to sit down with them all the time. My son is not afraid of me. Look at that.
Yeah, you can play with.
Golden Child Moo cow thing. That was really cute.
So how do you know when the two can be near each other? Like
Oh,
I have
no,
my two
there's no
males
problem.
are good.
So, okay. So, one thing you want to do is when your males get older,
Okay.
they have, when we get into breeding season, this is what you want to be careful with, okay? So let's say they're getting to 6, 7 foot, try not to have them with each other.
Okay.
Okay, because they can be combative. And in the wild, they can, so there's one thing you want to note. Reticulated pythons, the top in their jaw, they have the outside set of teeth, which is to secure food. They have an inner set of teeth. And the teeth have these teeth, right in the front, they have a blade.
Okay.
So I can go and hit you, and I'll lacerate your arm open, and that's how they'll fight each other. And it's, so if I actually took 2 mature reticulated pythons and I put them in the same cage, they could fight to the death.
Wow.
Just so you know that. So
Okay.
when you're handling your snakes, just be aware at some point they start becoming mature, and it might only be certain times you do that stuff.
So I know you created Golden Child,
I
Spider.
created so many.
Tell me what else. So I know the Golden Child is Spider.
So if we go back to ball pythons, so the first pastels, first super pastels, first ghosts, first caramel albinos, first spiders, first bumblebees, first killer bees, first honeybees, and all these different combos. And I just, I continued into, Hidden Gene Woma, all the Inferno stuff, and so I kept going. But I did the same thing with reticulated pythons. So we did, let me think. So we did the first Golden Childs, first Orange Ghost Stripes,
Wow.
first Phantom Stripes, and then I, of course, was doing the Jungle Retics, and all sorts of, combos of that. First, Calico Retics, Tiger Calico, and all the crazy combos, albino Golden Childs and blah, blah, blah. But you start with out of the wild, and then you basically, first anthrax, all the anthrax stuff, that's all me. And I just started with something out of the wild, and you have to, work on it and line breed it. So then you start making the super phantoms, or the cows. I make the first cows. So what's cool about the cow? So I had a Golden Child cow. That's 3 different mutations that we produced and proved them all together, and it made that crazy looking animal. So then we take something like this and we add calico into it, and the moo cow, you know, with, you know, just makes it look. So this right here, same thing. This is the same genetics. So with the calico, it causes it to do weird stuff.
So when this one get older, it'll look more like that one?
No, this one's gonna look like its own thing. It's crazy. They all just have their own unique thing.
So what keeps you so humble?
Because I'm so fallible. I'm human. I have so many. What's the point? I'm no different than you know, like everybody else. Like, you know, if I smash my hand with a hammer, hurts me just as much as you.
And you know that's what people of your caliber become. You're not just to the people in the reptile community. Like I said, for me, and I'm not a person who are impressed by many people, but like sitting here, Kevin, it's like I'm literally dreaming. This is so
good. No, I'm very straightforward. Especially when I meet somebody that I like, and I'm like, okay, this person's got some personality. I like that, you know, that color and like a person, you know, not no, like personality. You know, like I love that. I like that kind of, you know, just that nice kind of thing. So it makes it very quick to actually get to know somebody versus somebody who's very like, oh, they're you know, very, you know, like when Dave Chappelle pretends to be white and he goes around, here, take it. Here, have it. It's like, really? I learned that white people do each other thing. You know, when he does that classical thing, those people are very boring to me. But like you can arrogance is fine for like a little moment, like where you're like, okay, I'm really confident in what I know, and I'm in a situation where I need to assert my knowledge, maybe like my skill set or something to prove a point. But if you're just gonna act arrogant, I hate people that talk down to other people. That really bothers me, because like, you know, okay, so you're way smarter than me, and you make sure that you're telling me that. You make sure that I feel like less. I don't like that at all. So I don't want to do that, because if I start doing that without like being justified, the worst thing is somebody to misinterpret me being one way when I'm not. If I am being that way, so be it. But just to say, hey, that guy's like, you know, a jerk. A lot of people say I'm mean or whatever, because I'm a little bit antisocial, and I like, people are all doing all these things. I'll often just be, I'm a loner, so I just kind of go quiet or whatever. But it has nothing to do with that. It's just like I'm busy doing something else. My mindset's like that. So whatever. But that's.
Which taps in the other point that I share on my YouTube pages a lot is the emotional support and the mental stability that reptiles give people. If you take them away, and this is exactly what I said the other day in my video, you will create a whole generation of sociopaths. And I would be one.
And we're already having all of these problems. Look at like the social awkwardness, and people have lost their social graces, and to communicate through phones, and you're like, you misinterpret it or whatever, and we're losing all that. And so these animals, since I was a kid, you know, I had a pretty rough childhood, so I would isolate myself, and I'm, you know, playing with, you know, bugs or whatever. And I locked into something like this, and it was really weird because nobody else liked them, and I was like, kind of like, felt like the odd duck or whatever. So I was like, wow, I don't know, whatever the reason was, whatever got me to that, but they were just like, nobody understood them, and I just started playing with them, and I started seeing more interesting things inside them, and I just, you know, kind of lost myself. I actually went to school for electronics and computers, so I'm professionally trained in a very different field. And this was my hobby, and just at some point,
It became your life.
Yeah, it definitely did do that.
I want one day just to be my life. I'm the happiest when I'm sitting in my reptile rooms, which started off to be one, now there's two, and now we're working on the third one.
So who was how did you get introduced?
So